Welcome back to IoT Projects Ideas. In today's video, we are going to dive into the exciting world of remote serial monitoring using WebSerial for the ESP8266. With this project, you will be able to monitor temperature, humidity, pressure, and altitude remotely using just a web browser. This project comes in handy when you need to monitor the serial monitor of our ESP8266 based project without the need to keep it physically connected to a computer via USB. With the remote serial monitor using WebSerial, we can conveniently access and monitor the project sensor readings from any device connected to the same network, simply through a web browser. This means we can keep an eye on the temperature, humidity, pressure, and altitude values without the limitations of physical proximity. This brings a new level of flexibility and convenience to the monitoring process, making it a valuable tool for IoT enthusiasts and professionals like us. So, without further delay, let's get started. Before we begin, let's take a look at the components we will be using for this project. Here, we have the Node MCU ESP8266 development board and the BME280 sensor. These are widely available and affordable components that are perfect for our remote serial monitoring setup. Now, let's proceed to the circuit connection. Simply connect the VCC and GND pins of the BME280 sensor to the 3.3V and GND pins of the Node MCU board respectively. Then, connect the SDA and SCL pins of the BME280 sensor to the corresponding pins D1 and D2 on the Node MCU board to avoid any loose connections and short circuits. I have already designed a custom PCB for this project. You can go to the download links to download the project Gerber file and order directly from PCBWay.com. Because PCBWay is one-stop solution for all your PCB needs like PCB prototyping, assembly stencils, PCB assembly, etc. So, get your first prototype PCB ready from PCBWay.com. The link is in the description below. Just click on the PCB Instant Queue tab. Then click on Quick Order PCB. Now, upload your Gerber file. Select your preferred shipping method and place your order. Great! Now that we have our circuit set up, let's move on to the program code. Here is the complete program code for setting up the remote serial monitor using WebSerial library. Include the required libraries for ESP8266, Async TCP, Web Server, and WebSerial. Also, include the wire library for I2C communication and the adapter sensor and BME280 libraries for the BME280 sensor. You can simply install them from the library manager. Define the constant label pressure _SPA for altitude calculation and create an instance of the adapter _BME280 class for sensor communication. Define the GPIO pin for the LED, which will be used to demonstrate remote control. Initialize the web server at port 80. Replace the SSID and password with your network credentials. Check the message sent from WebSerial and control Node MCU ESP8266 built-in LED. Initialize the serial communication at a baud rate of 115200. Set up the BME280 sensor. If the sensor is not found, an error message will be printed, and the program will halt. Configure the Wi-Fi mode and connect to the specified Wi-Fi network using the provided SSID and password. Start the WebSerial communication and configure the message callback function to handle incoming messages from the web browser. In the loop, it prints the temperature, humidity, atmospheric pressure, and altitude on the serial monitor as well as on the WebSerial. Now that we understand the program code, let's upload it to our MCU board and test it out. With the program uploaded, let's power up our setup and open the serial monitor to observe the local sensor readings. As you can see, we are successfully reading the temperature, humidity, pressure, and altitude values from the BME280 sensor. Now, let's open a web browser and navigate to the IP address of our node MCU board /WebSerial. Here, we have a web page displaying the sensor readings in real time. Not only monitoring the sensor data remotely, but we can also control the LED connected to the GPIO pin. Let me show you. Amazing, isn't it? With WebSerial library, we have achieved seamless remote serial monitoring and control of our ESP8266 based project. In conclusion, this project showcases the power of WebSerial for remote monitoring and control. By combining the node MCU ESP8266, BME280 sensor, and WebSerial library, we can easily monitor temperature, humidity, pressure, and altitude from anywhere using just a web browser. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you found this video helpful, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more exciting IoT projects ideas. Thank you for watching and see you soon.